Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and give my review on And Just Like That. This is episode 2. All right, so, girl, Miss Lulu, what's her name? Louise? Baby, I don't know her name, but I do know she was in her riding Brady. Girl, Miss Mamas was in there putting in work. Do you hear me, girl? I'm confused. Now, just let me say something. I always thought the respectful thing was to sneak and have sex in your parents' house, okay? Y'all out here just like, the mamas and daddies just let y'all kids just smash all in the house. I get it. The older that I've gotten, I understand that, kids have sex lives, right? Whether they're 16, 17, 18, girl, sometimes 13, 14, they're having sex. I just don't know if I was a parent, that I would be this open and this understanding, or, girl, I know my child might be having sex, but girl, I'm not just gonna have you in there, girl, banging beds against walls and stuff like that. Just ain't gonna happen in my, I don't know how y'all, I know this is a TV show, but I feel like with some of you parents, y'all gotta tell me y'all business. Or I guess you could look at it like, I would rather have them do it in my house. I don't know. I just don't, that's weird to me. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just weird to me. It's weird that, girl, Brady got on top of, I said, girl, why does this kill? Brady probably ain't doing nothing, girl. I said, he probably got his little pee-pee inside of her, girl. She thinks she really, girl, feeling something. He think he giving her something she can feel, and she ain't feeling nothing but a whole bunch of her, okay? I don't know, girl, but all I know is, girl, she was riding Brady. Girl, Brady got on top, slipped his little pee-pee inside of her. Girl, he started damaging the wall. And girl, not her walls, girl, the wall. I guess, y'all let y'all kids have sex in your house like that? I wouldn't go for it. I'm sorry. I understand, I understand kids have sex, but girl, you're not just gonna be in my house, girl, getting it in. I don't know what you're gonna do. You better go in the woods. That's what the people, girl, when I was younger, that's what the girls and boys was doing. That was going in the woods and getting booty. Girl, okay? That was sneaking behind some tree, girl, okay? Behind the bleachers. Anyways, girl. All right, so Carrie calls Miranda. Steve, I forgot to say this the last time, I believe, that Steve is going deaf. For some reason, do not shoot me what I'm about to say. Steve is kind of cute to me. Y'all don't think so? I think Steve is cute, in a weird type of way. Anyway, so Steve going deaf, honey. Everybody getting old. Not Miranda. Carrie calls Miranda. And Miranda runs over, and when she makes it over, they're basically bringing Big out in a body bag. Girl. All right, so the next morning, Carrie is up looking at funeral arrangements. Miranda wakes up. She wants to make coffee. Carrie says the coffee is in the freezer. I didn't know if that was just one of those things where, girl, she just wasn't in her right mind. Are you supposed to keep coffee in the freezer? I don't know. I just started making coffee at my house, at my apartment. So I really don't know anything about the do's and don'ts of great coffee and all that good stuff. But do you keep coffee in a freezer? Let me know if you knew if that was just one of those things where she was just going through it and whatever was coming in her head was just popping out of her mouth. All right. So Charlotte goes with Carrie to the funeral home. Charlotte starts to cry because she feels guilty. Because I'm not going to say she's the reason, but she's the reason, I guess I just said it, that Carrie decided not to go to the Hamptons. Because remember, they were supposed to go to the Hamptons, I think, on that Wednesday night. But the recital was on Thursday. And so they decided to leave on Friday. But I think Big ended up texting Carrie that Thursday night when he died to let her know let's leave that night. I think that was the order. I can't remember. But basically, Charlotte was the one who wanted her to come to the recital. So she feels bad, which I can completely understand that, because I probably would have felt bad. Not probably, I would have felt bad too. She's crying, girl, so hard, girl, that they thought that she was Mrs. Preston, girl. No, girl. Carrie is consoling her, and girl, she's the one whose husband just died in her arms the night before, okay? Anyways, child. They really couldn't do anything with the funeral arrangements because Charlotte was just a mess, so they decided to leave. Miranda. Miranda, you know, I know that Miranda, this is the thing, right? White people who watch my channel, what's up, y'all? I know that y'all, I know, well, not all of y'all. I know that, I'm hoping that some of the white people that watch my channel, of all the white people that watch my channel, they have good intentions, right? I think that Miranda definitely has good intentions, but she does come across as a white woman who wants to save the day. I get it that, you know, she wants to use her whiteness to, you know, help and be an ally to the black community. I completely understand it, but it does come across as like here come the white woman trying to save the day, right? So basically, she's going to class. They have to show their IDs to the security guard or the cop on duty. Her professor, the black professor, she couldn't find her ID by the time she got to the security guard. So Miranda, you know, I guess because you just white people, girl, they think their word is the gospel. Miranda, and again, I know Miranda does not mean any harm, but Miranda, you know, thinks because she can go ahead and vouch for the professor. Like, oh, I know the professor let her in. Like, why does this come? I don't know you and I don't know her. I need an ID. Quiet as it's kept. We all know that whenever you show your ID at any place, they barely look at the pictures, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever noticed when you went to the club or somewhere, girl, they don't look at the picture. They just look at that. They just look at the birthday, just to say that, girl, you was over 21. How I know is because one time we snuck my sister. We snuck my sister in the club, and she ain't look nothing like the bitch on the goddamn ID. Okay, nothing. Anyway, child. So the professor basically lets her know, you know, it was okay. You didn't have to do what you did. I understand, but girl, you know, it was cool. He was basically kind of like doing his job, and you didn't have to do all of what you did. But, you know, she wasn't upset, but she just let her know, like, girl, calm down, right? So Steve lets us know that Big had a heart condition. Steve thinks that him being on the Peloton, baby, they said Peloton stocks dropped in real life. Girl, y'all do know this is a fake. Now, I cried. Yeah, I cried when Big died like it was real. Okay? Okay, now I'm not gonna, I told y'all, baby, I was boo-hooing, girl, it's not all that. But y'all do know this is fake. I don't know, girl, Peloton stocks dropped, they say. Anyways, child. So, Steve thinks that it's the Peloton, the reason why Big died. But Miranda lets him know that he had an okay from his doctor, I guess, to basically exercise. I thought Miranda's wrap dress was everything. I know it was just a plain black dress. That black wrap dress looked so expensive. Don't look at Miranda's black wrap dress that she wore to the funeral. That black wrap dress looked expensive, baby. I say that's fair. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a retainer. I got a permanent retainer, but I feel like I have to say this because I feel like I sound crazy when I'm talking. I have a permanent retainer behind my teeth. They just put it in today. I'm still trying to get used to it. So I just feel like something is holding my tongue back. I don't know, it's weird. I feel like saliva just keep dropping out the corner of my mouth, girl. I don't like it. But I don't want no rag in their mouth either, so I guess I'm gonna have to just do what I gotta do, right? So the funeral. I thought the funeral was gorgeous. I would want my funeral like that, quiet as this. First of all, I do not, girl, I want everybody to make sure that they tell my family. Matter of fact, I need to tell my family myself, because that ain't y'all job. I do not want my funeral in no church house at all. Like, at all. Like, I don't want my funeral in no church house. I just don't. I need to handle that. I really need to handle that. I've had this conversation a little bit with my sister and my brother-in-law, but I really need to, like, put it on paper. Because I don't want my funeral. I don't know why I wanted that, but I don't want it in no church house. I thought Big's funeral was absolutely gorgeous. That's how I would want my funeral, girl. And I also think I want to be cremated too, like Big. Anyways, this ain't about me and my funeral arrangements. Okay, all right. So the funeral is gorgeous. She didn't want any flowers, but come to find out, Samantha sent some flowers. So Carrie was okay with the flowers that were on top of the casket. So Stanford girl. Gloria, which is Big's secretary. That's what she likes to go by. I guess she doesn't like executive assistant, okay? Miss Mama said, girl, my check gonna be the same, so I don't care if you call me secretary. I know this right. Girl, Miss Mama probably said, girl, my check gonna be the same, so you can call me secretary or as executive assistant. As long as that name is spelled right, and as long as those numbers are right, girl, I don't care. Baby, Stanford let Miss Gloria know, girl, get your ass up and get out my seat. Okay, period. She was sitting in Stanford's seat. Miranda says a speech that Carrie wrote. One of my friends told me the other day that he thinks that Miranda is going to be, like, she has a problem. Her character is going to be revealed as having a problem with alcohol. Do y'all think so? Because Miranda said with a cock, Miranda walking around here with bottles in her Gucci. Yes. Miranda is walking around NYC with a bottle of wine in her Gucci bag and also plastic cups. So I don't know what's going on with Miss Mimi. But she drinking at 10:45 a.m. in the morning. She is carrying bottles of red wine in her Gucci bag or Versace, whatever bag she's carrying. She could not wait until the end of the funeral. Let me say this. I gave Miss Mama a pass for drinking at that funeral, girl. Because quiet as this kept, I would have been at the bar too. Girl, talking about wait after the funeral. Girl, if you don't give me a cocktail, girl, my nerves is shot. Girl, give me my cocktail right now. Do you hear me? So I'm not mad at Miranda for drinking before the funeral. Because, girl, quiet as this kept, I would have been, girl, down in the bottle too. So anyways, when they did the tribute, Gloria, the secretary, was in the back crying, girl. I don't know why I thought that was funny. I said, it's always one. It's always going to be one at the funeral, girl, who cutting up and acting the fool. Some woman named Susan Sharon basically has beef with Carrie. Carrie don't know who she is. Girl, get out of my face. Brady is outside smoking. Girl, Miranda comes outside. He's smoking with Carrie's boss, Che. Is the name of the character Shay or Che? Or Shay? She. I don't know. I know I'm messing up. I know I'm messing the name up. All right. Miranda goes off. Girl, she going off. Baby, that's what you get. You done gave Brady a little too much freedom, girl. He in your house fucking, and he outside smoking dope. Girl, now, that is not no dope, girl. You know, old people, they call it dope. Girl, it's a little bit of weed. Girl, now you know he's smoking dope. Is it, girl? Girl, you know when a girl say dope, I think about crack and all that stuff, girl. You know, for the old people, don't mean weed, okay? Well, some old people. I don't know, girl, but he wasn't outside smoking no dope, child. He was outside just hitting a little puff pass, okay? He says that he felt sad. Girl, when I tell you, I holler. When Miranda said, well, let me die so you can go ahead and smoke crack. I don't know why. When Miranda said that, baby, when I tell you, baby, I was in her hollering, baby. Brady said that he felt sad. She said, well, let me go ahead and die so you could try crack. I know since you so sad and want to try drugs. Oh, child. Anyways, Miranda goes inside, and then that's where she finds out that the lady who she just cursed out and threatened to snatch her face off is actually Carrie's podcast boss. I feel like I got saliva all in my mouth, girl. You know, it's awkward, of course, but they kind of start all over, and it's all good. My friend also said that he thinks that Miranda and Shay are going to end up being a couple at the end of this. Girl, he got his own. Actually, I can see that happening too, girl. So they all go back to Carrie's place. Well, not all. The three musketeers. They go back to Carrie's place. It's gifts and everything in the hallway. Carrie's foot accidentally hits something, and girl, good times start playing. The next day, Miranda is on the subway, and her boss, her professor, they ride the same subway. Is basically they're waiting on the subway, and this guy somebody dressed up as Chucky comes downstairs. It was actually kind of funny because this Asian guy, the Asian guy was like, oh! I don't know why it was so funny to me, girl. He was like, oh! Yeah, he went about his business. He was on the phone, okay? I don't know if the guy or the person that was dressed like Chucky was playing a joke, but they looked like they were trying to steal the professor's bag. So Miranda came up and hit the professor with her book. You know, she's old school, so she doesn't really do the Kindle. She does, she likes to carry books. I'm not into Kindles either. Girl, I've never been into a Kindle. I don't understand the Kindle. Girl, you don't give me a book? Anyway, so big actions arrive. Charlotte stops by. Charlotte wasn't supposed to be stopping by. Carrie, basically, in a nutshell, Charlotte is getting on her nerves. It's bad enough that she's already having to deal with her husband's death, but Charlotte is an emotional wreck. So she called Stanford over. It was Miranda's night to spend the night. She called Stanford over. But she didn't want Charlotte to know that she called Stanford because Charlotte clearly is sensitive and emotional, and she would have felt some type of way. So she told Stanford to go in the room and hide because Charlotte was on her way upstairs. Stanford runs back into the living room to get his girl. She run back in the room trying to get her cocktail. Charlotte is standing at the door. She sees Stanford. Her and Carrie kind of like, not get into it, but Carrie basically lets her know that Stanford makes her laugh and you're basically always emotional. You make it about you. And, Charlotte feels bad, of course. And then eventually everybody goes back inside the apartment. Carrie is asleep. I think she's on sleeping pills or some type of medication to help her sleep. She can only take it every 5 hours, I believe. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you girls later. Bye.